All right, welcome back, y'all. It's Chris. This is my channel, Life in Focus Media. If you don't know, I am a engineer turned. Well, I guess you say I'm still an engineer. I'm an engineer slash cameraman slash photographer slash creative director slash human Spotify. A lot of stuff. But today we're gonna be going over the last video I just did. It's part of the I Don't Know series, the first part one, and I'm kind of gonna be bringing out into my mind of how I see things and how I go about breaking it down and showing y'all the aspects of what I do. I probably should record this one. I don't want to mess mine up. But yeah, so I'm basically gonna be breaking down like my thoughts and sharing y'all how I came up with this idea and kind of what inspired me, my process, and basically my thinking. Let's do it. Okay, first of all, the song you're hearing is Andre 3000. Well, it's Rick Ross, 16. So I was laying in my bed, right? It was probably give or take like 9:50 p.m. And I'm sitting there, and I sometimes like when I'm laying in my bed, I don't like being idle. If that makes sense, I'll be like, I feel like I should be doing something or like kind of progressing or being creative. So I got up literally and walked in this room, and as I got up, I heard the song. It was like, "When 16 ain't enough," and I was like, maybe I should do something with that. So this is you seeing me live out what's in my head, like as it's going on. So we're gonna keep going. Okay, boom. This light I'm using, right, is right here. It is called the metal light. Metal light? Metal light. It's called the metal light, and it's what I use for this shot right here. I kind of wanted it to be like, you open up the laptop and it's the light coming through basically. But the bad part about this, or the unfortunate part, I should say, is after this comes on, the next scene, it died. Right? I wasn't properly charging. That's my fault. That's my B. But this video, it was never really meant to be uploaded. It was kind of just me testing out something for what I wanted to do. It wasn't supposed to be like a finished product. So that's why if you read in the description, I said this video isn't flawless how you may expect it. It's kind of like me working out something on how I was trying to see it come forth. So it wasn't really nothing to, I guess, feel like, I didn't do the video right. Nah, it was just me testing out stuff. But here's the next shot. So I was like, wait, let me go back. So so the idea was like, okay, let me just continue to get the shots I need, even though the light is dead. It doesn't really matter because I'm just doing it for myself now. So this is how I'm thinking as I'm continuing to go about it. Okay, so boom. This shot is me trying to capture, I guess you can say, the cinematic look, but I wanted to get a greater depth of field. And if you don't know what depth of field is, let me show you this. This is probably the best example that I've learned because it's the simplest. So if I put this here, right, let's see if it's gonna do it. Work with me, work with me, work with me. Boom. Now you see how behind me, or I'm blurry, but the actual light is in focus. This lets you know as the viewer that this is what's important, not me. So if I put this here, work with me, work with me, work with me. Focus up, focus up. Boom. So when it focuses in like that, it lets you know as the viewer, okay, let me focus in on this light. This is what I need to give my attention to. This is the main story, or this is the main focal point of my viewing. So right now I want people to know, okay, this is the AirPod. Focus on this, right? So we're gonna keep going. Same thing here. But here, I guess you can see by this time as the viewer, like I'm walking in, right? You hear this song, but I kind of have it set up to where it's like, how you want to say? So the video or like the song is already played out, right? But I want y'all to go through what's in my mind as the viewer. So like you had let's go back.
This is special. Extreme.
So here, I basically am showing y'all how I'm about to search for the song that I'm listening to. So in the actual moment of this, I'm searching for it, but you hear it playing in my head. Or like you hear what I'm thinking about playing as if you're in the future already, but it's already happened. So I kind of want the people to how you want to say, be in my mind or get a perspective of what's going on through me. So like I said, the whole series of I Don't Know Yet is about showing you what's going on in my mind. Now I might be casting other people too in future projects, but in this one particular, I want you to see what's going on with me or how I'm thinking and processing the actual storyline or what the character is processing, because I guess that's how it would be viewed as a character. But
Special.
this was my favorite shot actually, because or one of my favorite shots, because I also like how the R&B now area is blurred out, so it's telling you to focus on the search bar, right? As the viewer, I want you to focus on this. And then this goes back to like, I guess you can say cinema 101. Like whenever you're creating something as the viewer or however it may be, you want them to know what they're supposed to pay attention to. Like let's say if this whole thing was not blurry, like let's say if you could see SZA and you can see R&B now, you can see all this. Of course, you would look at the search bar because that's you can see where your eyes are going to, but you want to make it as simple as possible for the viewer to know what they need to tune into, right? Even if you watch movies, if you see a scene like let's say of a speaker or something like that, the camera is on the speaker. It's not showing, or it's showing the speaker, but the depth of field is shallow for everybody else. So you know, okay, we need to focus to this guy or this woman or this like that. So always make it easier for the viewer to know what they need to pay attention to, because the more things you put around them, they're gonna be like, okay, do I need to look at this? Do I need to look at that? Do I look at this? So kind of think of it like that when you're going about grabbing somebody's attention, or when you're filming, how you need to go about doing that. This shot, I love this shot so much. So by the time I did this, I was basically already done with the video, right? So this was the final shot, but I wanted something to close it, that could be impactful. It can kind of be um, whoa, what's about to happen, right? So that's kind of why I cut to black and white, because for me, I feel like a lot of times when you're filming in black and white, it can kind of bring out this I don't know. Sometimes it's a non-verbal knowing. Like when you see black and white, it's like, whoa, whatever this is about to be something. So I kind of just wanted to capture me, or you could say the character, like engulfed in whatever they're about to do. Like you see, like I'm nodding my head, like okay, whatever, like that. And then this part, I love this part so much. So when I did this shot, right, I shot in 24 frames. And for those who don't know or want a better understanding of frames, imagine if you had a booklet, right, with 24 pages. Or, yeah, we'll use that 24 pages. And you flip through them, or like the little books, back in the day, like it would be like a ball, and you flip through it and it goes up and down kind of. That's what framing is. So if I take 24 pictures of the same picture of me walking, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way to 24. If you put those all in a sequence, it'll be me walking, right? So that's kind of what framing is. It's just pictures mashed together that make a video. And that's kind of how, like, if you think about the first film cameras, there was someone rolling it, right? Constantly rolling it, constantly keeping the pace of it. And I believe it was 18 frames, and then it went to 24. But think about it, somebody constantly rolling it to keep it at 18 frames. And then we got to the point, where we had actually film rolls that would do it for you, non-manual or automatic. But yeah, so that's the idea of this. And when I turn my head around, let me go back. When I turn my head around, you can notice the slow motion is kind of choppy, right? So when you use slow motion at 24 frames, there aren't enough frames to actually to make it smooth. And I don't actually have the fleet understanding on how to say that, but it's like there aren't enough frames to actually smooth it out. Like the more frames you have, the easier it is to do it. So like 60 frames or 120 frames is what you would usually use, or for the most part use when you're trying to slow things down. Like if you ever watch like a football game or like a basketball highlight tape and you see it slowed down, they're either shooting in 60 or 120 because there's so many frames they're capturing within that shot that by the time they slow it down and condense it, they still have enough room to actually smooth it out. I know that's not the correct way to explain it, but that's the best way I know it. But I'm going to learn how to explain that better. But right now, I think I'm at a place where it's just for me, it's comfortable. Like I know how to understand what I'm saying, but I know eventually there's going to be a time where I need to know how to do that. But one thing, like I guess you could say, why I don't try to have it too deep right now is because it can overwhelm you, because like, dang, how is it like this? How is that like that? And I think that in a way kind of strayed me away from filming as much because I felt like I need to know a lot of stuff, or I need to know this, that, and that, and that, and that before I even touch it. So that goes back to the I don't know yet. Like I'm doing this as I'm going, as I'm growing, and then I'll start to progress and understand what it is I need to do. And I think that's it afterwards.
It's funny because it's been on my mind lately.
Yeah, so that's it. So yeah, if you enjoyed, like, share, and subscribe. You will see way, way, way more of this type of content. I think this is good because it helps me be more on the camera, having more of a presence instead of just showing the audience the clips. I think it's a good way to interact, even though sometimes I know I don't like really doing that. It's not really my thing. But I think it's a good way for people to know who you are and to grow and to just have a bond, like, with who's watching your stuff. Because sometimes I feel like it can be disconnected. Not always, but it can be disconnected. Like if I post, like my work, but you never know who it is, or they never check in to say how's this, how's that. So yeah, I think this is my way of kind of slowly getting into that. Y'all might see more of that next year. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe. Be sure to share this to somebody that's really trying to get into the film world or have an idea of how to do things, and realize, like, you can start wherever. There is no reason to feel like, I don't know enough, or how can I ever get this good. You just go along, and the more you do it, the more you'll get better. The more I talk, the more I'll sound better, if I already sound stupid right now. But yeah, the point of this is to grow and just to inspire somebody, not just to feel like they can't do it, because I'm doing it right now. I had no idea how I was doing this, and slowly but surely I'm building and learning more. So yeah, never feel like you can't do this, and that is it. So hope y'all enjoyed, and see y'all on the next one.
No pressure. Look, I got them bless you. Come on. Wonder why I'm feeling